Yes, we are back, and it is the one and only preview show where Fulham takes on Manchester United. It is Friday, so we're back. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United Agenda.
We've got a special guest.
Special guest. He's on. My boy is on. Can I have the autograph, Fred?
Errol, come on, Errol, hold it together. Will you hold it together?
I know. Listen. Seeing Fred, it's emotion. It's emotional. Seeing Fred.
How you doing, Errol, my friend?
Is that the real Fred? Is that Bradford Fred or the real Brazilian?
Oh, well done.
That's the start.
Hold it together, Errol.
Hold it together. And the worst part about it, my solo 11 team, I'm going to be upset now because I just saw Fred's face. But we are back, and all I can say is Friday. And as always, we're joined by absolutely beautiful people. Pat, as always, sir, how we doing?
Happy Friday, gentlemen, and everybody in the group.
Big up. Monday, how we doing, sir? Representing the agenda.
Yeah, of course. Got my merch on, Man United Agenda. I've been wearing it all day, walking around town with this as well to represent, to let everyone know that we are the Man United Agenda. Want to say hi to Helg on Wheels. He's saying hi to all you beautiful people, and big up to everyone on the panel as well.
Big up. And Stuart, back again. That background looked absolutely amazing. Got to say, beautiful.
Cheers, Solo. How you doing, guys? You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Good.
Talking about it now, we heard obviously you are in Somerset. I was recently in Somerset there. Stuart, if you knew Omundi well enough, I would say to you, you'd sit there and agree with me. Omundi would fit in Somerset perfectly.
Do you think so?
Because
why?
You know why it is because of when you're walking around Somerset, it's the cool people. How can I put it? Cool. So when you see them, it's almost like
I know you mean
friendly, very friendly, basically warming, all of the, and they pet your dogs as well. Literally every go there's a dog in Somerset. You go out there and there's like a little the little bottles thingy, isn't it, where they sit there and they put water in so the dogs, as they're walking past, they can drink it. Every pub you go, everywhere you go in Somerset, it's like that.
Not where I am, Monday. Not where I am. It's quiet.
Yeah.
So you get around. I'm not surprised Stuart gets around. He goes to all the Man United home games, and now he's in Somerset. I mean, it's like you should have a fly on the wall documentary following you around, Stuart, with your adventures with Fred. Yes, there you go. Mr. B is loving this, by the way. Mr. B is cracking up in the comments. This is we weren't expecting that, Mr. B. We didn't even know he was going to do that. Top jaw, bruv. Top jaw. Love it.
Top jaw. But we are here, though, to talk about all things Manchester United. Obviously, I think was that the first time so far this season where we scored, 4 goals?
4 goals, yeah.
Yeah, 4 goals, which is, Ten Hag did say we will score against the team and we will score a few goals, but 4 in one game. But sloppiness in the defense didn't come out. It's roughly about the way we started off at Villa in the first game we played against them, but seems like second half we bounced back and sort of got that victory. But that was the League Cup. But now we're here to talk about the Premier League game on Sunday, and Fulham isn't a pushover because didn't they draw against Liverpool as well? They didn't they? 1-1, wasn't it? 1-1 draw as well. So let's go through first with it. Let's go through and talk about sort of Man United Fulham. Who can remember that game we played? And was it who was in charge at the time? Was it Louis van Gaal, LVG, or someone? And we had the most crosses in a game in the Premier League, and it was a Premier League record, and we couldn't score a goal.
That sounds about right.
Was that Louis van Gaal?
I think that was under Van Gaal, wasn't it?
Sounds like last week's game as well.
It's like most games lately, isn't it?
Yes, except for last night. I would have said that was last week's and the week before's game.
Well, the thing is, remember, we don't cross anymore, do we? I think That was a criticism we had. Ronaldo's good in the air, or he's good at heading. We don't supply enough balls for him. But the game changes, doesn't it? I think talk about possession and other factors as well that make us a better side. How many times have we seen teams dominate only to lose 1-0? So yeah, the Premier League is top league, so we respect all teams, including Fulham.
Yeah, and with Fulham as well, obviously we're going to go into the game. We're going to talk about some of their players. Tipped to get relegated right at the beginning of the season, but they seem like they're actually finding their feet, and they have signed one of our ex-players as well, and it seems like he's doing quite well at Fulham at the moment, which is a surprise. And in the Brazilian Pereira, do we call him Brazilian Pereira? I'm not sure if we call him Brazilian Pereira.
Pre-season Pirlo more so. Every season, pre-season Pirlo.
Yeah, and you're right with it, but a player who didn't sort of bode well with Manchester United fans, we didn't know he's been there. He wasn't really playing the games and things like that for Manchester United. But looking at Fulham, we're going to talk a bit about Fulham now, to be honest with you. And the job that the manager is doing at Fulham right now is quite remarkable. On Monday.
Yeah, look, any team that comes up, first of all, you have to look at their budget. You look at someone like Nottingham Forest, they completely changed their team. They brought so many players in. And you got to ask yourself the question, do the players I have in the Championship who got me through the Championship, are they good enough to step up to the Premiership? So you've got to take that risk. And there's different ways to make yourself sustainable in the Premier League. I mean, you look at the Brighton model. You look at the Wolves model. They've gone to Portugal. You look at Stoke and how they used to do it by playing physical. Burnley, for example, they've lasted for a few seasons by bringing in regular, big English physical players who would dominate and probably get results at home. Fulham have done it a different way. They've got, obviously, we know about their striker who's sort of starting to sort of grace himself on the Premiership finally. They've bought a few key players. They play a good brand of football. That's what they're trying to do. On their small Craven Cottage pitch, it's like a 7-a-side goals arena. The stadium is really small as well. So they know how to play their football there. That's why QPR used to last so long in the Premier League in the early days, because they knew how. And when QPR had the AstroTurf, they survived in the Premier League. Because no one, and Luton Town as well, they knew how to play on their pitch, So I think with Fulham, the factors that make them really good at the moment is the manager, the enthusiasm, the good building up from the back. They play really good football from the back, which they've kept with, at this high level. And they've got a good striker as well, who's on fire. So I think they're doing really well. Whether it be sustainable over the year, I'm not sure. Whether it lasts for the next 5 years, I'm not sure. But they're doing something right. You have to give them credit because they've given a few big teams like Liverpool, Man City scares.
And with it as well, Stuart, you go there and like Omundi made some great points there. Marco Silva now, with him, he was at Watford, weren't really rated at Watford, got sacked basically, didn't leave, got sacked. Then he went obviously to Fulham, and it seems like he took Fulham from where they are in the league, but it's almost like his idea for Fulham came through rather than how he tried to do at Watford didn't really work. So it's almost like he found his own players and then build a squad from the Championship to sort of survive, because Fulham was a club who came in the Premier League and they're very much like Norwich, where they will come up, they'll sell up their best player, but then the next year they go down, and it seems like they change that whole strategy now.
Joe, I think obviously it's going to be a tough game Sunday, but I believe Mitrovic is still injured. He was out last week, wasn't he?
December.
Close your ears, Omundi. But I think if Mitrovic was playing Sunday with Maguire, we would be in all sorts of trouble. That guy's unbelievable in the air. He's so good. But he's injured anyway, so we haven't got to worry about him.
Yeah. Well, we got the Brazilian Pirlo to look out for, though, isn't it? Because he's going to want some sort of revenge, right, Pat?
Yeah. Like they still have William in there as well, and I know he hasn't had any great form at the moment, but he still has goals in him, and so he could punish you at any stage, Like they're doing, like we can't take them lightly, lads. These lads bet Villa, Brighton, and Brentford, and we lost to all three of them. Now, I know we bet Villa last night, but it wasn't the league. So Fulham are not going to be a team to be messed with. Like Pereira's got a goal and 5 assists these days. He's not the only one who can get goals and assists as well. Bobby Reid has got 3 goals and an assist as well from midfield. He's not.
You got Bobby Reid.
Yeah, Bobby Reid's doing well, Omundi.
He's doing so well this season. So well.
don't forget, there's not only one Manchester United player in there. Dan James is in there as well from Leeds on loan. Now, he might come out the little Welsh wizard and upset us as well. You know the way everybody likes to have a ball against their ex-club, you know? But, yeah, definitely.
They've got points to prove. They've got points to prove, Pat, haven't they?
Stuart, you're 100%. So we better not take Fulham lightly. And Stuart, I'm sure you've been to Craven Cottage many a times, which I have been myself.
Yeah.
That place it's a little mini fortress in itself, and it's like playing at the Dell back in the day. The pitch is about that wide.
Yeah.
And the scene, and it feels like the side of the pitch goes straight up, and it's just bedroom windows looking out onto the pitch. And every time I've been there, either I'm a bad luck omen or Fulham was a dodgy team, but we would have lost or drew every time I went there.
I think last time I went there, Pat, I think we lost 3-0 a few years back.
That's it. We're not invited, Stuart. We're not invited.
Terrible.
Me and you can go a point down the road.
Yeah. I remember as well, last time I went to Fulham as well, I think Louis Zaha absolutely ripped us apart when we played against them.
Baller.
I think it was Louis Zaha was there at the time. Van der Sar was there. Beaumonte was there as well. Yeah, he was there as well. Literally, we could not handle the pace. And like what we said, the pitch is so small there as well. So because the pitch is narrow, and Amanda said it straight away right at the big top of the show, because of it's almost like they understand how small the pitch is. So it's almost like they know their surrounding, and the pitch is so small. Man United probably ain't been, well, we haven't been to that ground for a very long time because Fulham haven't been in the Premier League for a very long time now. So it's going to be a game like Pat said, we cannot take lightly with this going into this game on Monday, because we already lost to, like we said, Brentford. We lost to Brighton. We've lost 4 games so far this season. So this is a game that we've got going to start on the front foot, right?
It's the same. We say this every week, guys, don't we? Every game is like a cup final for United. Every game's a must win. So, yeah.
And so,
the manager was saying in the press conference, so he said, Fulham is a tough game. They're energetic. They play decent football from the back. And he said the Premiership is a top-level league. So we have to be on it. We have to be... The manager says the right things, doesn't he? I'm not going to repeat everything he says, but we know it's about attitude, going out there with the right attitude. Because as soon as you let it slip in the Premiership, you get found out. So first, we've got to win our physical duels. We've got to make sure we're better than them in all departments. And then we can let our talent come through and our philosophy as well. So, it'd be really, really interesting game. It's the last game of the Sunday, which everyone, I imagine, will be watching, wanting us to lose. So let's go out there and do the job.
Yeah. And again, like what you're saying there, Armando, with it as well, Stuart, we are going to talk about Manchester United a little bit now as well, because obviously we know there's a few players that's going to the World Cup now. So for me, in the first half against Villa, honestly, I thought some of these guys were actually on the plane already because of the way that sort of they start the game off. So Stuart, this game is very important for us. We have to go out and we have to win this game to obviously get the 3 points, go to the World Cup, come back and try to continue what we're doing now, because losing or drawing against Fulham will be it's going to be a dangerous game for us.
We can't even think about losing or drawing, can we? It's a must win, like it has been virtually every game this season. It's Man United. We're one of the biggest clubs in the world, guys. Come on, we all know it. Man United, whatever team we've had over the years, you don't go into the game to get a draw. Look at Ferguson. Every game you go to win. You know, put a performance, win the game. It's all we want to see. And, you know, under Eric, we are getting so much better. Come on, guys. Last, 6-7 games before Villa last week, we've been flying. We're not conceding goals. We're solid at the back. So, you know, like I said to Pat before the show, give it a few more windows and we'll be fine. We'll be up there again. Won't be long, I'm telling you.
Yeah. With it as well on Monday, obviously, like what Stuart just saying as well about giving it the window, giving the managers the chances. But some of these players who's going to get the opportunity on Sunday, some of them, not all of them are going to the World Cup. So, because not all of them are going to go to the World Cup, they're going to have about 6 weeks to get it right with Eric Ten Hag. After that, that's their opportunity to finish, isn't it? If they can't come on and provide and show their worth playing for Manchester United.
Usually when you go on holiday, they're going to cadets on a training camp. Usually when you go on holiday, say, bring a bucket and spade. I'll say, leave the spade at home, bring a bucket, because they will be putting the work in, and they will be bringing it up, blowing chunks, because the manager will be drilling it into them, getting them fit for the second half of the season, and turning it up. So there's a lot of players that have been on the cusp. He was talking today about the two right backs. Brandon Williams being unfortunate. He's had a bad run. He's been injured, but he'll be getting on that plane, going to Cadets on his training camp. And Wan-Bissaka as well has got a lot to prove in the second half of the season. So it depends, there's people, whether they can survive the January transfer window. We've got players on the cusp talking about Donny van der Beek. Even Harry Maguire was mentioned today. There's a lot of speculation about him maybe leaving, because the manager's not really endorsed him that much. So there people in the comments are even begging me to talk about it. But I won't bite. But just go to show, like Stuart was just saying now, the manager's really serious. And I think it's great. I've been waiting for this opportunity for them to go away. It's only Luke Shaw and Maguire and a couple of players going, but they're going to go away and they're going to come back better for it by being away, being disciplined, no wives and girlfriends. You're going for a training camp. They're going to come back regimented.
Pat's face.
They're going to come back regimented and come back as men of Man United and men of Ten Hag. The Ten Hag philosophy fed into them. In the Bible, they say the words, taking the word for wisdom, and it gives you that armor, the word of God. But they'll be listening to the word of Ten Hag. So when they come back, they will have the armor of Ten Hag. They will be ready for war in the second half of the season, where we need to kick on and show improvements, which I do see slow improvements all the way. So I'm really delighted that we've got this time away with the players, and he's going to prove what a good coach is.
So Pat, go on. What sort of righteousness or thing these players going to take away with them and go training and leaving their wives and girlfriends at home? And Omundi said it the other day, like a captain, he was trying to sell Harry Maguire a dream about being the Man United captain and what it comes with responsibilities. Now we're talking about training and we're talking about not having their wives around.
Omundi, you better say a prayer for the pair of them you mentioned. That's all I can say. And they better say their prayers as well. That's all I'll say.
Oh God. So again, I'm gonna go. Omundi, you know what? Go through. Would you mind doing some of these comments? We do a GMS sponsorship as well, and then from there, I just want to go through some of the comments, and we take some of the information these guys are giving us to answer some questions as well.
Okay, first of all, guys, I'm going to read out our sponsor. As you all know, it's Global Mapping Surveys, and they assist architects, property developers, and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning, and monitoring. Check out the link in the description, guys. Let's go through some comments, guys. I'm really happy because we've got some new heads in the house. Obviously, Andy can't be here, but he just said he dropped a like in. He's going to watch later. He's got to go off and do some Friday business. I said already, but big up again to Hell Gone Wills 87. Hello, beautiful people. Big up as well, all the way from Ireland. That'd be our very own Robbie Norman. Big up, Robbie Norman, man. Tuning in.
Robbie.
You got a special shout from our Irishman above me. Niall is also in the house. How you doing, Niall? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. There's a lot of laughter about the Fred mask that appeared on the show. Mr. B was killing himself. I hope he's fit. There we go. There we go. I hope Mr. B will be fit enough to do his 10 o'clock show. Tune in at 10. Big up to Glenn James Allen. How you doing, Glenn? Nice to see you, man.
Big up.
Welcome to Man United Agenda. He's saying
Welcome,
hi, guys. Big up to Matthew Bassett. Obviously, you can see him later. Big up to Bill Badger as well. Matthew Bassett saying, Monday, Eric doesn't want Maguire. Your thoughts on this information? I will tell you. I'm going to talk about that. Just a little update here from HG Game. He said Ahmad is cooking for Sunderland at the moment on loan. That's great to see. Squeaky bum time says Robbie Norman for a few players this Sunday with the World Cup pulling out of tackles, maybe. Would that be a question? I'm not sure. Matthew Bassett saying Mitrovic isn't available. We'll say hi to Rory. Rory C said Sup Troops. I don't know what it means, but you know what what's that mean?
What's up? What's up?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Omundi, come on. You're making us look older than we are.
Matthew Bassett saying Paulino is a quality player in the midfield for Fulham. Do you agree, guys? I haven't seen much of it. Rory's giving us some information here about the World Cup final. The final's on the 18th. We play Burnley on the 19th. How many players will be missing? That's the question mark. Semis on the 13th as well, so they'll be missing as well. So hopefully the players don't get that far and they can get back into camp. Oh, Monday, I forgot about your boy Maguire. Says HG Gamer not looking good. Time is ticking on TikTok. you don't stop, as Andy said the other day. Matthew Bassett saying the games resume on Boxing Day after the World Cup. I want to say hi to Stumpy Candletop and Paddy, who was on the show yesterday. Great performance. He said Luke Shaw and Maguire for England. He's laughing about it. And also he's saying, what's the manager going to do with Van der Beek, for crying out loud? Omundi being on the reefer again. I don't actually smoke. It's stereotyping me. These guys confirm. I don't smoke. I'm not a smoker in the Man United agenda.
I don't smoke the reefer.
Nah, man, we're done with that. Rory C says testing him to fail. He's failed and needs to be sold. So I think they're talking about Donny. Is that right, guys?
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Okay, so Stumpy Cam's up saying, now that Maguire has solved a striker problem, do you think Dubravka can solve a right back problem? Very good.
Can I say this quickly? Can I just ask the question quickly to Stuart? Stuart, obviously, you've seen it twice. It's happened twice now with Harry Maguire. Is this a message that Ten Hag is sending the board? Because you saw it with Jose Mourinho. He did the same thing with Scott, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm not talking about Harry Maguire in front of Omundi.
You're far away, but I will find you. Just quickly, Glenn as well. Can we put the mask on again? Because Glenn's just saying Fred Marston.
He's the one who made it.
All right, okay.
He's the one who made it for me.
That's your boy. Okay.
Switch me up, innit?
Wow.
Brazil, listen, scoring in the final of the World Cup, mate. That's all I'm telling everyone now.
Confirmation here finally from Robbie saying Man United Burnley's on the 20th of December.
Yeah, because I think, is it the World Cup ended? Is it the 15th? It ends or something like that?
You said the 19th. Someone said the 19th earlier. We'll find out. I mean, you guys can let us know in the comments. Thanks.
Yeah. So, quick one as well. We are going to touch base quickly. Obviously, we got the game coming up. We know Harry Maguire is going to be playing. I know we don't really want to go too much in on Harry Maguire, but the rumor is that he has now, Ten Hag is looking, if the suitable bidder come in, about 35 million. So Pat, 35 million, Harry Maguire, will spend quite a lot of money on Harry Maguire. It just hasn't worked out for him at Manchester United. Or do you still think he's got a point to prove and he can come back and be a better player after the World Cup?
It's very, very early, lads. The fella's only had, 3 cameos, probably 2 full games since he came back. Far too early. You have to give him at least 5 or 6 games to prove his worth. Now, obviously, it's going to go to the World Cup now. And he's still not going to prove his worth for Manchester United fans playing for England. So he's going to need to at least the summer to prove his worth for Manchester United. And I highly doubt he's going to be sold in January. Not with the current condition of our squad.
No chance. No.
On Monday? Or is Pat frozen? Or I don't know. I think Pat looks frozen.
No.
Oh, okay. On Monday, sorry. Sorry, apologies.
I'll keep moving to let you know.
Yeah, that's it. Keep moving. On Monday, your boy, obviously we're having a conversation regarding Harry Maguire. A lot of scrutiny surrounding him.
From whom?
Is he the
From whom?
fourth choice?
Where's the scrutiny coming from? Where's the scrutiny coming from?
It's coming from it's comments. It's come from the comments. It's coming from ex-professionals. It's come from Stuart's pointed at himself as well. It's come from all over. You know, can he do it at Manchester United?
Okay, we've got the World Cup's coming. Those of you who support England are patriotic or just love football in general, let's do a test. I'm going to put you all to the test. Let's watch. This is the highest level. The manager said the other day he's ready for the World Cup, which is a high-level competition. Okay, we all can agree on that, regardless of Iran or whatever. These are the best players of their country. USA, best players of their country. Whoever else we've got in our group, the best players of their country. The international football is up there. It still is. And there's a lot of pressure. You can't make mistakes. You know, this is the top level. This is the creme de la creme, the World Cup. So let's do a test. I'm not going to answer the question. I've said what I've had to say about Harry Maguire. You know how I feel about Harry Maguire. Let's watch him during the World Cup. Let's talk about it on the Man United agenda. 8:30 every weeknight of the week, every night of the week, especially weeknights. 8:30. Join us. Put your comments in, and let's do a player cam on Harry Maguire if he does get to play. And let's see how he performs, because he's done it before. Let's see it again, and then let's see at the end of it what the energy's like, whether you want him back in the side or not. I said from the start of the season, granted he makes mistakes, I picked out his errors, but he's still got a lot of qualities, as he showed yesterday in the game. I just think we need to get off his back. And just while he's at the club, let's back him, support him. And while he's playing for England, let's test him at the highest level. Let's see how he performs. And then we can be the judge. So instead of being negative all the time, get behind your players and get behind Harry Maguire, who's not that bad. He's not that bad after all.
Omondi's talking like Maguire's going to get a hat-trick at the World Cup.
Yeah. Omondi, I'm just saying it right now. I'm backing Brazil to win the World Cup, so I'm sorry.
Right,
I'm not winning the
Maguire
Maguire camp.
I don't want to hog up the team. Let me ask a question. Bobby Moore is like rated, Bobby Moore, World Cup winner, one of the best centre-backs of all time, World Cup, all this kind of thing, nice haircut, really nice guy. Right, name me another defender, centre-back, Terry Butcher, Rio Ferdinand, Sol Campbell, Terry,
Tony
Mark
Adams,
Wright, Ed Walker, all these great centre-backs. None of them have done what Harry Maguire's done at international level. None of them. But Harry Maguire's given more stick. Doesn't make sense to me.
But hold on, can I ask a question? I'm going to come to to Stu in a minute. But you're saying Harry Maguire has done more for probably say England than sort of any of the other players.
Rio
But
Ferdinand,
would you who's better, Rio Ferdinand or Harry Maguire? If you had a choice,
God,
if you had a choice,
there's no
Steve Bruce
comparison.
or Harry Maguire?
I don't think we should get into this. I just think we should get rid of
I'm
Harry
asking
Maguire.
Steve Bruce or
If
Harry
he scores a
Maguire?
goal and cups his ears again,
Steve
that's where he
Bruce.
has to go.
Steve Bruce, legend.
Yeah, Gary Pallister or Harry Maguire?
Gary Pallister.
It's a team
Team
game.
Yeah.
When Maradona won the World Cup in 1986, name me four players or 5 players in that squad. You can't unless someone goes on Google now. You can't. So let's not go there. It's a team
Give me a
game.
break, Omundi. It was only 3. Jesus. Couldn't spell my name back then.
Anyway, I want to see Solo's 11 because I'm being judged here, but we would have judged Solo about his 11. Come on, bring that on.
Go on.
Quickly, Omundi. You're not related to Harry Maguire, are you? Like long lost nephew or.
Quick one as well. I wanted to use this one with you though, Stu, where Matthew Bassett said about Harry Maguire's strength as a player don't fit Ten Hag, and I think that's what it boils down to. He just doesn't fit the Ten Hag system. I don't think he's a bad player. I just think
it's not just Ten Hag, is it? Come on, under Solskjaer. Who's before Ollie? How long's Harry been at United now? What's his 3rd season?
Oh no, I think he signed. Who signed him? Was it was Solskjaer, wasn't it? He signed with Solskjaer.
Yeah.
He was signed the same time as Wan-Bissaka on the Solskjaer.
It's not just the Ten Hag system. I don't think it's any system. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of guys on the comments. I'm sure Pat, you go watch United. But when you go and watch the games live, it's totally different on the telly. He is not a Man United player. He's not 100%. I won't slag him off. I know, it's funny comments, but he's not a Man United player. He's not. I hope he pulls it round. He pulls it round.
I agree with you, but as we've all said before many times, everybody's getting a clean slate underneath Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah, of course,
now, the difference between Harry Maguire currently at the moment to the type of defender that we want is Luka Martinez. We all love the fella because of everything he brings to the club. Now, if Harry Maguire can turn himself around, it doesn't have to be the same attitude, the same presence, go around throwing his weight around or acting like that. Just have to have the same drive and compassion, everything for the badge that we require. And Harry Maguire might do that. He might not do that. But come the summer, we'll know whether he's done it or not. And if he hasn't done it, then we'll all sit here in agreement. He stays or goes. And Omundi, you're a sensible man. I know you'll agree the same.
Good
point. It's like Omundi says, he has got some fantastic attributes.
The great celebration with his hands over his ears.
Come on, Pat. He's got more than that. He's got a bit more than that. No,
he's a very good family man, but
yeah. With Harry Maguire, as we said, it's not a case of digging him out or anything like that. I don't think he fits the system. That's my honest opinion. Because obviously we talk about other players as well. Now, I don't want to get too much in the Van der Beek situation because with Van der Beek, he's in the same position as well. He's just came back from injury, and everyone's at him already saying, "Oh, he needs to go. He can't stay at Man United." But at the moment, you got to give. If you're going to give Harry Maguire the time to do it, then you have to give Van der Beek the time. Then you have to give Wan-Bissaka the time. Play for Manchester United. Yeah, play for Man United. Man United is such a big club. You don't have that much time to give to get these players on form. You either go in and put your boot in or go home. You don't have, you don't have enough time. It's a result game on Monday.
People like to pick on players.
My
Nobody
last
said
word,
anything about.
my last word of this, because I know we should move on really. But I just want to say this about Harry Maguire. A lot of people, oh, slab head, oh, he's this, he's slow, whatever. But when you go into detail and you really press someone to ask the reason why you're saying, then I'm hearing now he doesn't fit into the system. Let's talk about what the system is. Why doesn't he fit into the system? What does he need to have to be in the system? What is the system? These are the questions that if we have a conversation on a show like this, it's what we should be talking about if we're really going to go into it. But we won't, because I know people will be straining for some explaining. Okay, so just leave it at that right now.
I'm straining for explaining.
Drop the mic,
Omundi. That's what would happen.
Drop the mic, Omundi. Drop the mic.
Yeah, there you go.
So, guys, there's quite a lot in the chat. We're going to go through some of these because there's quite a lot in it, and we are then going to look at. We got Solo 11 because it's been asked for by HD Gamer, so we will need to deliver it to him. But will you mind going through some of these comments, please, as well?
No problemo. Obviously, Rory C still in the house. Lindelof and Martinez starting centre backs, surely with Malacia on right back, because obviously Dalot's not available, is he? Which is a shame. A HD Gamer saying we should start with Maguire. We should have Maguire, Rashford, and Shaw for the 20th of December. Since they will go at the start. Yeah, they'll probably be knocked out in the group stages, he's saying there. Bill Badger saying, no way we sell Maguire in January, I imagine. Blazers won't let their prize asset lead for pittance, which is still good money. Rory saying, some dude from the Guardians was saying he thinks it was Fred and Maguire being sold. So that's what they're hinting at, I think, where all this speculation.
Calm down, Errol. Calm down.
Listen, can I have the mask then? I need a mask. I need a mask to put all over the place.
He's back.
Don't carry Errol. I'm not going anywhere.
Rory C saying, but England plays super conservatives. Okay, here's a good point. England plays super conservatives, which suits his lack of pace, and that's something he cannot train. Yeah, that's a good point. That's what I like. That's those conversations I like to have. Flogging a dead horse, says Robbie Norman. Glenn is saying, Maguire for the goal. Laughing. And Bill Badger is saying, I don't want to keep talking about him, Omundi. I know, Bill, I know. He has a place in the squad until the summer. Can we just agree not to mention him? Okay. It's not me. You guys keep calling me out. Robbie Norman saying, has somebody got shares in Maguire? I certainly do. I want to say hi to Rich Sports. How you doing, Rich Sports? Check him out. HD Gamer saying Solo 11. I'll go for it quickly. De Gea, Malacia, Lindelof, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro in midfield with Eriksen and Bruno, Rashford on the left, Martial's down the centre, and Garnacho probably on the left and Rashford on the right. Sorry. And final one here. He's not the standard to be a Man United player, says Paddy, of course. Bill Badger saying personally, David May. Maguire. So here we go. He's saying David May Berger above Maguire. I totally disagree. Donny, not sure it's ever worked out since Rich Sports. The Van der Beek, the ship has sailed. End of, says Paddy. I wouldn't be surprised if Ten Hag started Van der Beek and played Bruno Fernandes on the wing again, which he's been doing lately as well. And he did have a few comments about the role of a number 10 in his press conference as well, which was really interesting. I can go into it later or something, but go check out the press conference because he's talking about the role of a number 10 in these days. Basically, everyone compacts the middle, so there's not much space for number 10s anymore. So it's really hard for them to get those players like Donny and Bruno and those sort of players are really struggling. The main example for me would be Dele Alli. He can't find a position that suits him these days, where it used to be 10 was a good thing, but these days 10 is not a good thing. You need to have more attributes than just playing down the middle and playing through someone like that. So great discussion anyway.
Don't you find it as well, guys, with obviously with the modern day football now that we used to, compared to like the Ferguson Wenger era came in, there's sort of like everything's like transformed over the years. It's almost like you went through the Ferguson era, then you got the Wenger, what Wenger brought into football. From Wenger, then you got sort of Pep Guardiola. Well, Jose Mourinho, then you had Pep Guardiola.
Ancelotti as well. Don't forget Ancelotti. Love that man.
You know, you got all of it. It's the transformation throughout. This like number 9s now. There's no such thing as number 9s now. With Man City won the league so many years running without it, and the football now, what we have, and what you just said there, Amanda, with it as well, it's almost like the compact of the game now is almost like outnumbering sort of that sort of number 10 now. And I did listen a little bit about his press conference today as well with it. So yeah, it's one of them ones. But guys, morning to Mark, and Mark was on the channel yesterday.
Respect,
18
Mark.
in the channel. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please give us a like, share as well, and subscribe. We are going to go on to solo 11 here, and there's a bit of surprise. So get your
Fred.
oh please, get your
Don't be silly.
11 in, and what we're going to do before we get before I give you my 11, Amanda's going to read out the sponsorship quickly.
Again, don't forget, guys, GMS is Global Mapping Surveys. They assist architects, property developers, and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning, and monitoring. Check out the link in the description, guys. Thank you.
Brilliant. I love it. Stumpy is already predicting this number 4 for the show tonight. So guys, if you haven't yet watched it, you need to make sure you watch at 10 o'clock tonight, the Friday night takeaway with Mr. B and TalkMU, and this Spot the Ball is on as well. And guys, get your comments in as well, because we are having a discussion at the moment for whilst the World Cup's on, we are going to be trying to stream every single day as well. Obviously, the Mani agenda, we do not stop. We keep working hard. And we've got a few ideas we want to come up with. But if you've got any ideas that you think you'd like to see on the show, guys, please message us after the show's finish in the YouTube link. Okay? So, right, solo 11 now. Stuart, let's start with you first, because I know you're very interested in the solo 11. Let's go. So this is my solo 11, guys. What?
Harry, eh? Harry's getting a start, is he?
Yes, he is. Omundi, come on.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer defense.
I got you. I got you, Omundi. I got you.
I want to hear Stuart, because Stuart's going to break this down. Perfect.
Oh, blimey. Where's Bruno? You put Bruno right mid.
Yeah.
So we start with De Gea in goal. Maguire, Martinez. Yeah, I'd agree with both of them, to be honest. Lindelof. I actually prefer Maguire than Lindelof at the moment, to be honest. Luke Shaw, yeah. Wan-Bissaka. Not sure about that one. Casemiro, yeah. McTominay, yes. Eriksen. Bruno right mid. Yeah, it's a pretty decent side, to be honest. I would not have Wan-Bissaka starting. He's not started all season. So that's a big no-no for me. But apart from that, and solo, where am I?
It's good thing, you know what, yeah? It's good thing Big G ain't in the chat today, because I'll be getting absolutely annihilated if Big G was in the chat about this, because there's no Fred. Fred's not there. No Fred.
No. Yeah, that's a pretty decent lineup, to be honest, solo. Apart from Wan-Bissaka, I wouldn't start with, but there you go.
Okay. Let's go, Pat.
Look, I'm in agreement here. Like,
no, you're not.
Look, look. I was looking at it here, right, and I'm only going to pick different players just to be awkward. I was thinking, why is Scott McTominay playing in a game against Fulham when they're going to have 11 men behind the ball? Potentially, it's not really going to be a midfield duel that we're going to have to watch the midfield battle for 90 minutes. So I feel that we don't really need Scott McTominay. So I was thinking putting Eriksen back in for midfield. Instead. You can put him anywhere you want. Just don't put him in that starting 11, all right?
Poor Fred.
I was thinking of putting Eriksen back in the midfield with Casemiro. And I was thinking of putting Bruno in there. Bruno back in there and playing Elanga and let Elanga run at them, see if he can stretch them. It's the same as what Marcus will be doing, because I have a bit of a soft spot for Elanga. I think he's a good hard worker. And then I'd like to see the likes of Garnacho brought on in the second half. So I think the starting 11 you pick is just fine. The only thing I was going to swap out was Scott McTominay.
Can I say something to you, though? Because I love it how I'm going to go back to the Harry Maguire now, and I'm going to go back to Elanga now as well. You just said he's hard worker, yeah? Omundi always says Harry Maguire hard worker as well. Fred's hard worker as well.
Yeah, but I'm not picking Fred over Christian Eriksen solo, in fairness. Do you know what I mean? That's like going out and choosing two vehicles for work, a bicycle or a car. I'm going to take the car all day. It's common sense.
Well, if you're like me on a Monday, you'll get the bicycle because we're trying to keep fit.
If you want to bring Fred on the second half and wear them out, yeah, no problem all day. But it's gonna be a team that are hard to break down.
Just quickly, guys. Sorry, what's the latest with Sancho and Anthony?
Anthony's still out with a hip injury, and Sancho's another 3 weeks.
Oh, really? Didn't know that. There you go. Cool.
Right, on Monday. Let's dissect this now quickly.
So I think Lindelof is going to play right back. And I think apart from that, I just want to bump heads with Pat, my man Pat, my brother from another mother. McTominay, I do think he's suitable for this game. I think McTominay has been outstanding. He came on the other day, played the whole game the other day and was really good. I was so impressed with him. I think McTominay should be a mainstay on the cusp of the first team. If not, it doesn't matter. I think he does so much in the
even in the compact games, Omundi.
Well, I think Fulham will be coming at us, to be honest. The way they've been playing all season, the team kind of sits back. So I think we do need someone who's going to run with these guys. There can be a lot of movement and a lot of pass and moving in the pitch. So I think we need a bully guy like Scott McTominay in the midfield. I think it'd be fantastic for us against Fulham. It'd be perfect. I just think the Bruno thing on the right is good. Maybe it's a tough one, isn't it? That's a great team, actually. The only one I would swap is Lindelof. Lindelof to come in at right back, just to go from what the manager said. He said the manager said Aaron Wan-Bissaka struggled with illness and injury, and he's made it hard for him to get fit. We need competition for the second half of the season. That suggests to me he's going on 6-week training camp with his bucket, and when he comes back, he's busy.
Solo, you've done well. Between yourself and Omundi, we only wanted to possibly change 2 players. So you're doing very well.
Yeah.
Okay, fair dues. Do you know what as well, though? When I was actually picking this team today, I sat there and I went, it's going to be very controversial because I'm in another WhatsApp group and actually posted up in a WhatsApp group, and they actually sat there and actually agreed with it, and I was surprised. I was very surprised because I know Rebel did the team as well. I'll give you what Rebel team was because Rebel messaged me some sort of team. I don't know whether or not it was going to be his team or just something he saw. So he went with De Gea, Lindelof, Maguire, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Eriksson, Garnacho, Fernandes, Rashford, and Martial. That's what he went with. So something totally different from what I've got.
Quick question. No one talk about Ronaldo.
Ronaldo's riding bench, man. No, I don't want to talk about Ronaldo. We talk about him every time. They save that. That's on at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
That's on at 10 o'clock. The guys will be discussing that at 10 o'clock.
I think just quickly, guys. The only thing I might obviously Wan-Bissaka wouldn't start him because he's not started all season. A game of this magnitude for the World Cup. Get him on the training camp. Get him fit. Clear his head. Sort his head out. But maybe drop Bruno back in the midfield and start Garnacho. I mean, the guy's got pace to burn. Give last game for the World Cup, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I think second half. I think that's where he's going to give him the opportunity to come on. I think you could see him come on second half. I could probably see Fred coming on second half as well. Some of the players, Donny van der Beek might pop on as well. You don't know. So it's just holding out now and seeing. I think this team possibility could be the starting lineup. Though I do honestly think Wan-Bissaka will get his first opportunity, even if it's for 45 minutes. He'll start. So, guys, 17 in the chat. If you're new to the channel, please give us a like. If you're not new, just give us a like. We are going to go on to the next part, and it's your score prediction. So, everyone in the comments, let's get some score prediction going. Let's start off with Stuart.
To be honest, my score predictions this season have been horrendous. But it's so hard, isn't it? I mean, I've been going 2-3-1s late. I'd say 2-1 United, but who knows? I'll stick with 2-1 United.
Wow.
Pat's like,
No, Stuart, I agree with you, but me heart's saying 2-1, but my head's saying 1-1.
Yeah, 100%, Pat. Yeah,
just because it's Craven Cottage.
Look, if we want this top 4, guys, Sunday. I know it's the same old adage, but it's a must-win again. Every game's a must-win. Draw's not good enough.
I'm more positive, sure, with the fact that Anthony Martial's back. I just think that the guy makes us tick. Maybe that's just the case that he's the only so-called striker who's playing well for us at the moment.
I got a bit worried last night, Pat, when he went off. He didn't look right, but there's no news on him being injured again. So touch wood, he's all right. He's
looking well with the new haircut as well, isn't he? He's looking like one of the 4 tops.
Who, me?
No, Anthony Martial.
Yeah.
Wow. On Monday?
Look, Mitrovic isn't going to be there. I think he'd be a main threat. Someone said earlier in the show, or maybe in the comments, that if he does, he'd give Maguire hell. No, Maguire's the perfect player to deal with him. I think Maguire is the most suited out of all our centre-backs to deal with someone like Mitrovic. He will eat him up for breakfast. He does that all the time with big players. But yeah, I think we can win with Mitrovic not being there. I look at throughout their side. Yeah, they're good players. They work hard. They've got a good system. But if we can match them in every department like that, we have the quality. We've got Ericsson's. We've got the Rashfords. We've got the Martials. We've got the guys like McTominay and good defenders as well. So I think we can win 3-0. I'm going for an away win 3-0 to give us that confidence going into the World Cup. I really think it can happen. Because just based on those factors, it's about attitude, isn't it? It's about turning it around. We had a bad result against Villa. We had a bad result against Villa, and like we did against Man City, like early in the season, and the 2 games against Brighton and that, we went on a 5-game winning streak. So something happens when we perform badly with the manager, putting that fear in them to go in there and say, you need to turn this around now. And we showed that against Villa in midweek, and I think we've got that momentum again. I think we won't lose. I think we're going to win 3-0. And even they might start well, but we soak them up and start dominating and start perfecting what we've been doing for the last 5-6 months since the manager's been there. So I'm hoping for a win like that.
And you know, guys, on this here, this is probably the highest score I've ever seen Omundi giving us.
It is.
It's normally very high.
I gave an Omundi score, and Omundi gave a Pat score.
What did you say, Pat? You said 2-1.
I said possibly me heart 2-1, me head 1-1, just because of Craven Cottage.
Yeah. I'm going to go for 3-1 though. I'm going to go 3-1. I think we will concede. Pardon?
Surprise. Yeah.
Well, come on. It's always a 3-1. I think we always concede a goal. But I think, as what Stuart said earlier on, it's a must-win game. Every game we play is a must-win game. Ten Hag has said it as well, like numerous occasions. Win, lose, every game is a must-win game. We need to be, before we go off onto this World Cup or call it mid-season break, we need to be there or thereabouts to come back in to challenge for this top 4, because it is a possibility we could get it. But the guys just got to apply sort of the pressure on the team above us to sort of get in there, because a lot of these players now, not saying Man United players, but other players, and I think Conte said it the other day, some of these players who played the other day in the League Cup, it's almost like they're on holiday. It's almost like they're at the World Cup already. They don't want to go out and put their foot in case they get injured. So, you know, I'm just hoping our players don't do that. So we are going to go through some of these comments, guys. I'm wondering,
quickly, sorry, quickly. Bill Baggio on the watch-along last night, he missed every goal. He went out for a smoke. He went to the toilet. He missed every goal. I just see his comment come up.
Wow.
Rory C says 2-0 to Man United. I want to say big up to Daniel Ramirez. How you doing, man? Welcome to the channel. 3-1. 3-1. So Glenn, all the way from Somerset, is saying 3-1 to Man United. Mark Edmonds saying Solo's 11's coming to a video store near you. Bill Baggio obviously saying 2-5.
Go on, Bill.
Go on, Bill.
Daniel Ramirez is saying someone was going to slip up tomorrow, so he's a bit concerned. Emma, 5-0 Man United. We scored 4 against Villa. It's time.
Nice positive, Emma.
HD Gamer saying 4-0 to Man United.
4-0, yeah.
Just an update here. This is what I love about the guys in the comments. They're giving us the update here. Ahmad just scored 1 goal for Sunderland, so make sure we go and check that out afterwards.
Did that happen now, or is that going to happen in 5 minutes by Psychic Stumpy?
And also, Rory's saying that Hannibal, because we've got to remember Hannibal's such a talent, playing well for Birmingham, and there's a 17-year-old Job Bellingham playing in there as well. So that's Jude's younger brother, as we know.
Hannibal's been booked as well, yellow card.
And getting good experience, these guys out there. So yeah, let's support our young team. And sorry, finally here, got one from Matthew Bassett. He's saying 3-0, just like me, away from home, which would be fantastic.
Come on, Matt.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, and you got last one here.
I've just
we just said that.
Apologies. So, guys, 13 in the chat, guys. If you're new to the channel, please give us a like, share, and subscribe. Remember, go into the link after the show is finished. And as I said, if you've got any suggestions, any ideas of things we can do over the little break, sort of we will take it in consideration as well, but nothing silly because we're not allowed to, otherwise the channel will go.
Fred face masks on request, guys.
Oh, 12 missed a goal. That. Oh wow. Oh yeah, that's Bill. But guys, listen. Where can we find you, Stuart?
I'm in Somerset, boys, at the moment. You can find me on Instagram, Red Devil Stew 75. Facebook. I'm banned on Twitter. I'm not on there anymore. That was to do with Liverpool fans, but that's all you need to know. But yeah, I'm banned on Twitter for life. So yeah, Instagram, Red Devil Stew 75, and Facebook, Stuart Marshall.
Thank you, thank you. What's this about? I'll message you. Thank you, sir. But listen, this is Armando. Any last words from you or Pat?
Yeah, I just say quickly, guys. Last game, maybe we need to have a discussion about the last games coming up before the break. I'd like to have a discussion about how we feel Ten Hag's done so far. I think we all respect him. I certainly do. And I think he's got the discipline. He's good, trying to get some character back on the side. And we're slowly improving. I think we're really getting proud of our team again, which is good for us on the Man United agenda, because we've had a couple of bad years where we've been coming on thinking do it really. But it's great to come on. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's happy lately. So, yeah, let's keep that going.
I second what Omundi says. Our defence has been nearly consistent the whole has nearly been consistent in its selection so far since Eric Ten Hag was taken over. Same with the midfield. Up front's been a little bit makeshift with losing Sancho with the form and injury. Same with Anthony, Martial getting injured. I think we're doing pretty well, lads. I think we should be happy. I was one of them who said I thought we'd be finishing 7th and 8th this season, and I feel like I'm being proven wrong already. I know the season's not over, but it's a positive start.
Pat, while you're there, just give Daniel a shout out because he's boosting us up, making us very proud. I'm blushing.
Good show, Daniel. Good show, lads. New, but I'm still loving the content. See you guys next time. Cheers,
brilliant.
Daniel.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Top man. Love it. Thank you. Well, guys, from us, make sure you go at 10 o'clock and check out the takeaway and spot the ball. There's a possibility I might sneak in and try to cheat as always, but they always know I'm coming over. So that and Fred's giving us a wave. Fred's signing a new 4-year contract. New 5-year contract for Fred. Sign him up. Yeah. Fred, we got 11 Fred, we can win the league. Don't worry, we know that. Right, guys.
It's funny how Stuart can do a Somerset accent. We can't do a Fred accent. Give it a try. Give it a try.
I can't speak Portuguese. Hold on. Hello. I see you at the World Cup, guys.
I'll give you that. You get a 10 out of 10 for that, short.
Oh, brilliant. That's brilliant. I want one of those masks, by the way, Stuart. I want one of those masks. I do need it. I do need one of those masks. You know what? Yeah. You know what? What I'm going to do? I'm going to get Stuart to get us one of those Fred masks, and we give it away. We do a giveaway with it.
I tell you what, Solo.
Yeah.
Solo. This is the original one. It's yours. Got your name on it.
Okay. Brilliant. Up the Reds. Thank you. So, guys, make sure you go on play Spot the Ball now. Look at Mark. Mark's all over it already. So, that's a good one actually. Right. I think what we need to do is get a Harry Maguire one and a Fred one, and then we'll give it away on the Spot the Ball.
Harry Maguire's head so big it would take up the whole screen. You just see his nose or something.
Oh, brilliant! Absolutely.
I want one of Maguire cup in his ears.
So yeah, honestly, anyone in the comments, just message Solo, Omundi, whatever. If you want a mask, not a problem. My man Glenn, he can sort them out for you. Very, very.
Wicked. Big up Glenn, by the way.
Big up
Glenn. Glenn, come and say hello quickly, quick. Big up Glenn.
Come over, Glenn. Let's see.
Yay!
Big up, Glenn. Big up. Absolutely brilliant, Glenn. Yeah, brilliant. We're going to be sending an order for you. We're going to be sending it for you. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you. Right, guys. But from us here at the Man United Agenda, would like to say make sure you go over at 10 o'clock and check the guys out at 10 p.m. on the Friday night takeaway, and make
Yeah,
sure
Monday laughing.
Read out Mark Edmonds. Maguire mask has 2 holes in a loaf of bread.
Oh, brilliant.
Well done, Mark. You just finished off the show and stuff.
Good night, guys. Good night.